Georgie.
Can you hear? Yes, she can hear. Okay. We welcome you to your honor. We honor you singing Queen Mary. We have put together a book of 90 memories. It turned out to be plus memories of you as Queen. And tonight we are going to read some of them here and there during this program. And each of your 7 children have contributed to these memories. And so we're going to start this program before we introduce the generations of your wonderful kingdom with reading some contribution to this memory book. So Tom is going to read some from Ted and from George.
Okay.
That's allowed.
This is not being filmed yet, you know.
Oh,
It is by me.
Harrison's got it.
Hold on, we're gonna wait for a video.
I have an extension cord.
Deb, is our extension cord available?
You are being recorded.
Jamie, did you work?
Just a regular through phone?
I've got it.
Recording it.
By that one?
I unplugged that computer.
You got 28 minutes left.
She's recording.
Yeah. On my.
Very good. This is a memory from Peg. At an outdoor cafe in England, we couldn't decide whether to eat the clotted cream we were served or put it in our tea. We tried to act like we knew what we were doing, but Mom started giggling and couldn't stop. In Paris, we were wary of the subway. We hadn't used them in the States, and were worried we wouldn't be able to navigate one in a foreign language. So for the first week, we walked everywhere. Taxis were too expensive. Finally, one morning, Mom said, "We are intelligent people. Think of all the stupid people in the world that use subways. We can do this." With great trepidation, we descended into the nearest subway. There was some initial fumbling at the ticket booth, but once we figured it out, we never turned back. We used it every day and wondered why we had been so hesitant. Yay, Mom! And this is a memory from George. Not too long ago, while visiting Mom, she invited me to go with her doctor to a doctor's appointment at the University Medical Complex. She chose to drive. I discovered that this little old lady I call Mom still has some road rage. As we were heading into the valley parking, some nut cut us off. It's a good thing we still had to park, or that guy may have been dealing with a cane-wielding grandma. Later, after seeing the doctor, we had a very pleasant lunch together overseeing the Salt Lake Valley, just Mom and me and that protected cane. I loved attending elementary at the same school as Mom. It was nice to see her and know she was near. That was most of the time. Not when I got in trouble, though. She knew little boys would be boys, but I'm sure she wasn't pleased when her co-worker told her that she had to discipline her son for sliding down the snowy hills and get soaking wet against the rules. I wonder if Mom had anything to do with the hula dance I had to perform as my discipline. She still reminds me of that dance whenever she can.
I want to see that dance.
Okay, in the 9 years, the first generation came from Queen Mary and King Jack, are her siblings. And so we would like to introduce the first generation. generation, and they're gonna have to climb up, because we have jammed in this big room all 72 of your kingdom that is here today. So would Peggy, Ellie, and Tom Smith come up, Susan and Mick, John and Kathy are in the room with you already, Diana, George and Deb, come on up here please, Jeff and Ann, Tom and Val, come over people, come on up.
I'm in the lead, but
Pretty cool, this one. It's a pretty cool.
No, I stand up. I want to stand up.
or you can go sit with the other kiddos. Or you can come sit. Oh wait, never mind. Proper.
Where's Mommy and Mom?
Too big to fit in the screen. Not by number, just by size.
The first generation of your 90 years of your kingdom are up here. And each generation is going to perform an act.
Papa, Grandma, Cosina.
And this act has been put together by George and Debbie. So you can imagine it's going to be very interesting. But we remember that your favorite singer was Perry Como.
Mama loves Como.
And so some of us are going to step aside while George and Debbie introduce them and stages.
Next time, Mommy.
So sit and enjoy.
Take one best guy.
Take one down, sit around. You want this?
Hey, put your feet down. Put your feet down.
Okay, are they done? Are they about to?
Can you pause it? Maybe you can pause it.
I don't know if I can pause.
We ready?
Jay, can you see it?
George, can we see?
Can you pick up your letters? On the one that Tom has
Anybody could kiss that away, bring me bliss that away. What a kiss that away, what a wonderful feeling to feel that away. Judy, where have you been all my life? What you do to me, it's so good to me. What you do to me when you're holding me tight. Never knew that my heart could go sing that way, sing that way, make me sing that way. Feel goodbye to my troubles, they won't go away. Ever since you came into my life. Oh, what you do to me, it's so good to me. What you do to me, rock-dee-dee, dog-dee-dee, what you do to me when you're holding me tight.
There's a cute little cottage or two that way, skies are blue that way, dreams come true that way. If you say I can share it with you that way, I'll be happy the rest of my life. Oh, I need what you do to me, I need what you do to me when you're holding me tight. What you do to me, how my future will shine. Diggity, boo, what you do to me from the moment you're mine. Hot dog! It'll give you a heart attack. We're not doing it over.
I'm not getting your root beer, Wes.
Nice sweater. Good job, Erin. Where is Angela?
She's sitting over there, so she's
Oh, okay,
kidding.
okay.
She's hiding.
She's got the next part, so.
Peg is going to read you four more, two memories from two more recipients.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Gabby. Hi, Daddy. Hi, Mary.
These are memories from John. Oh, no, never mind, wait, I'm wrong. These are from Tom. Yours come later, John. Okay, from Tom. On one trip, we played the Pioneer game. I think you all know the Pioneer game, where we take turns reciting a list of items we'll take along in alphabetical order. You have to repeat what the person says and add another item to it corresponding to the next letter in the alphabet. When we got to the letter P, Jeff decided he'd take a P, P-E-A, which of course made us giggle. When it was Mom's turn to recite the list, she got to take a P. And just then, alongside the road, we passed a man actually taking a pee. We were laughing so hard it hurt. Then once at the dinner table, I asked for the butter, grabbed Mom's arm, and started buttering it with a knife, like corn on the cob. She turned to Dad and said, "I can't get any respect." Dad looked at her, grabbed the other arm, and started buttering. Mom's reaction was only died. So now these next two are from Diane. She also remembers the alphabet game. We played the alphabet game, and I'm going across the plains when we traveled in the car. When Mom saw a white horse, she licked her thumb, put it on the palm of her hand, and stamped the palm with the fist of her other hand. And then we would duck our heads when we went under bridges, and lifted our feet when we went on railroad tracks. We all tried to be the first person to yell caboose when we saw the end of the train. I think we all remember that stuff. Okay, here's the next one. Mom loves music. I have memories of her playing the piano while she
she waited for supper to cook. She has always sung a beautiful alto. I have wonderful memories of her harmonizing with Dad. And I also have great memories of all of us singing together in the car. Mwah.
Marvelous, magnificent Queen Mary has 21 grandchildren. With spouses, there are 36 of this generation. And if we were outside, I would have to stand, but we are just really tight in here. But we have, I'm going to say all their names. Mike Crosstick, who's not here, Sarah and Joe Lawrence, Mike and Kathy Eaters, Eric and Kirsty Eaters, Jeff and Jay Eaters, Hannah Katie New, who's with you. Hi, my darling daughter. Nick and Laura, are they with you? No. And Mary, Allie is there. Hi, Mary. Laura and Tom Barnes, Marion and Shane. Shane's not here, but Miriam is. Aaron and Michael Peters. Michael's not here, but Aaron is. Josh and Jamie, Allie, Kelly and Alex. I guess you saw their new baby, Mama? Kelly and Alex Palmer with their new baby? Yeah. Matt and Karina, Allie, Scott and Melody, Allie, Angela and Mark Andrus, Elizabeth, Allie, Rachel and Chris.
And Gary.
And Gary, sorry. That's first. Addison and Abby, who's not here, but Addison is. Allie. Wow, 36 of that generation. To represent this generation, good Queen Mary, Angela has a presentation for us that she has designed all herself. So Angela, where are you? You're on. She's right here. And it's Angela's 26th birthday today.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Allie grandchildren are canners, gardeners, parents, spouses, graduates, travelers, music makers, dreamers, people watchers, studious, readers, intelligent, religious, compassionate, tolerant, politically active and aware, Democrats, independent, mindful, writers, modest, loud, quiet, actors, sports enthusiasts, film buffs, diverse, and we all know we have the best grandmother in the entire world.
She's laughing.
Susan asked me to head this presentation/performance to represent the generation of grandchildren. I wanted to make sure it wasn't all about me, though I am fantastic. I represent very little of how diverse and wonderful my cousins and my siblings are. So I turned to them, my illustrious relatives, to see what they thought we were, and asked them to specifically focus on things that they see in themselves, they also see in the glorious matriarch of our family. I figured nothing would make Grandma happier than hearing about her grandchildren's accomplishments. I received some of the best things I've ever heard and got to see how great Grandma's legacy truly is as it reaches down to us. So if you will now bear with me, I would like to share their talents and qualities to tell you what Allie grandchildren are. Aaron Allie Peters. I play the violin and I love to sing. My 3 boys are also musically inclined. Cole and Eli both play the piano and drums, and all 3 boys sing in our ward choir. I became a teacher, just like Grandma. Eric Ehlers. Allie grandchildren are heirs to a beautiful woman who lights up everything in her life, even when she's enduring hardship. Mike Crostick. I am a 20-year nomadic master carpenter with 2 years of trade school. I have a 21-year-old son who is in the Army. I have traveled coast to coast working on many different projects. My favorite line was today's, Faith Church in Boonville, South Carolina. A $20 million 2-year project I broke ground on and was involved in the opening ceremony. I love to cook, camp, and play in the water from Glacier Lakes to the beach. The woman I admire the most is Mary Jean Alley. Elizabeth Alley. I can't speak for all the Alley grandchildren, but when I look at myself, I can see a curiosity in me that may have just come from Grandma. I'm curious. It manifests itself in what Dad would call my wanderlust. I've wanted to explore ever since that little glass South African elephant came home with Grandma to sit on my shelf. I want to understand the world and I want to discover my place in it, and Grandma has taught me another trait that helps me to do that. As much as I love each and every time I can break the boundaries of my home, Grandma has also helped me experience the strength of tradition. I know that with every misstep there's a safety net. I know that my family loves me best because they've seen and experienced the moments that have largely made me who I am. I know there's no comfort like a Sunday dinner of mashed potatoes and carrots. Most of all, I know the tradition of love in our family has guided many decisions in my life and extended to countless people when we consider how many of us Alley grandchildren there actually are. Grandma has helped me to stretch myself, to never fear the new and unknown, because she's helped me to know there's somewhere inside me to come back to when the adventure is too much. I love her, and I am humbled to have her in my life. If I can become half the angel she is, I know my life will have been worth it. Nate and Laura Alley. Laura and I are both graduates from the University of Utah, me in film studies. Laura is a double major in anthropology and gender studies, and now she's gone back to pursue a graduate degree in civil engineering. As an Alley, Mike Ehlers. As an Alley grandchild, I have always felt pursuing education and loving your family were important. I have a graduate degree and a family of 6 children with my beautiful wife, but just as important is the acceptance and love we show others. Due in large part to Grandma's example, I make an effort in my life to reach out to everyone around me. I have friends from college that still talk about how nice my grandparents were. That's a model I try to follow. Scott John Alley. I found it easy to think about a lot of great things about Grandma, but I have a hard time figuring out any talents I learned from her or traits I shared. I can't think of any talents, but in terms of certain attitudes, I can see how I share them with her. I believe I can be a forgiving person who chooses to look at the best in people first and be able to focus on them progressing instead of their past. Grandma looked at me as somebody who could progress instead of the person who made a huge mistake. We had many conversations while I wrote her line about her believing my future was bright. She always had the future in mind for all her grandchildren. Sarah Lawrence. I'm not good at thinking of all the good things I have done or am, but the traits Grandma and I share are being loving, caring, a good mother, and grandmother. Sorry, there's a lot here. Hannah Katie New. I'm trying to think of traits of Grandma that I see in myself, and I think things I've learned from Grandma and Grandpa is to be tolerant of others. Something I've always tried to live. The story of Grandpa and his black friend running to the swimming pool had a great impact on me, and I've always determined to recognize differences and be accepting. And of course, Grandma and Grandpa have always taught me that seeking knowledge is important. From Grandpa telling me to look up words in the dictionary, to Grandma getting her degree and setting an example. Grandma is always patient, even when she doesn't want to be. Just watching her with her great-grandkids, my dog, and other reminds me to be patient. Not a trait I have, but I'm learning. Alec Alley. Alley grandchildren respect their history. Scott works on genealogy, Abby is a history teacher, and I am a history major. Miriam Raines. Alley grandchildren accept and embrace all who join our family. As the matriarch of our family, Grandma has been the highest of examples when it comes to acceptance and love. She embraces all that we are. Her grandchildren have followed her example by embracing each other's differences and similarities. We definitely love each cousin no matter what. Laura Barnes. There are many traits of grandmas. There are many traits of grandmas that I recognize in my life. Besides music, the one I have carried with me for as long as I can remember is her love of words. Perhaps these earliest memories are really just a transfer of what I've seen her do with many younger cousins. But I swear I can remember her sitting on her lap and listening to her sing-song the lyrical prose of picture books. Her enthusiasm and expression moved through her reading so vividly. How could any listener not fall in love with the rhythm and the sound of crisp consonants and fluid vowels? Later, I'd sit by her side as a first grader, helping her correct papers from her third grade class. I learned from their mistakes how to spell and form interesting sentences. I was an avid reader growing up. Grandma's house was always a treasure of books and stories. I read so many of the short stories in the hardbound Reader's Digest collections in the basement. So many things I would never have picked up on my own. I don't remember when I first played Scrabble, but I remember many times wanting to play with the grown-ups, and instead of being denied, Grandma would take me as her partner. She let me think of words and then show me better ones. Now I try to play whenever I see Grandma. She's one of the few people who can beat me. Obviously, my love of words has followed me into my career choices. First, I did study songwriting, then my love of theater, I think, even had its basis in words. Careful, succinct lines that could be interpreted and made new. And today, of course, the words I write earn me a living, providing for my family, leading me to fulfill my dreams. Grandma's such a supporter. She even told me she'd read my books. I had to convince her it wasn't necessary or appropriate. I hope she realizes, though, that she's there in my art nonetheless, that she's contributed to my love of writing and wordsmithing, both by example and genetics. I'm very proud to have had this passion of hers rub off on me. Kirsty Ehlers. Allie grandchildren are thoughtful in more ways than one. They are thoughtful of others, finding ways to serve others, whether it's by sharing their insights on the internet, like Erin's blog, serving people on missions, being teachers, or making people laugh. Kelly Ellie Palmer. I like to think that my many qualities have developed are because of Grandma. I hope that my easygoing personality comes from her. Grandma is just so kind-hearted and loving. I hope to be just like that one day. I like to carry a motto with me. WWG. What would you, Grandma? Addison Alley. First and foremost, I have put off writing this for quite some time because when I am asked what qualities I share with Grandma, I have a hard time comparing myself to her at all. This is not because I think we are dissimilar to each other, but because she is such a wonderful person that any comparison feels laughably self-aggrandizing. Furthermore, she is so incredibly humble that it makes me wary of boasting. However, if Grandma is anything, she is proud of her strange, ever-propagating brood. So what can she brag about? We are smart. Look at how many of Grandma's descendants have pursued higher education or have mastered a special skill. The real test of our intelligence is this. Just hover over any of the conversations going on here at this reunion. Discussions the most trivial of topics are considered with near scholarly intensity, or spoken fluently in the driest and subtlest of sarcastic languages. Like Grandma, we are sharp and we are clever. I credit her and Grandpa, along with my maternal grandparents, for fostering a familial culture of learning that has driven my own career in medicine. Grandma probably would shirk this accolade, but we are weird. Very weird. When you watch my parents dress up as zombies every year or observe the return of our early 20th century modes of facial hygiene on more than one of the Alley grandsons, or spend more than 5 minutes with Tavis at any given time, you might ask, how is Grandma culpable for any of this? The answer is simple. Any woman who could have lived with that green and yellow shag carpet for that many years is weirder than any one of us, only in a subtle way. But this weirdness has made her grandchildren think they can do weird things, like compose symphonies when they are still in the 8th grade, or play in rock bands, or publish novels, or study art, or loyally undertake to accomplish Grandma's secret goals to cover the world with Alley-rich grandbabies. More importantly, though, and I doubt I'm the only one to say this, the quality would be the most proud to share with Grandma is her ability to love, sincerely, patiently, and loyally. I hope to love Abby like Grandma loved Jack, and to raise Alice like Grandma raised my dad. I can only dream of exuding the warmth she shows even to the strangers she has just met. The world could really use a few more Mary Jean Alleys. So I guess it falls on us for strange, ever-propagating brood to follow her lead. As I said earlier, it's hard to compare myself with such a wonderful wood, but I do not think anything makes Grandma prouder than watching us striving to live the best lives we can, just like she has.
It's so wonderful, yes. Tom has 4 more memories to read for us.
Okay. So here's some. Hi again, Mom. This is a memory from Jeff. Mom was always a good sport and a trooper on our camping trips. She happily made the preparations, packed, helped set up camp, cooked the meals, cleaned up, etc. And we are all required to help with the various chores. Mom and Dad took us on some marvelous camping trips to Yellowstone, Zions, Bryce, Arches, Mesa Verde, Grand Canyon, the Oregon coast, Glacier, etc. They gave us great appreciation for the outdoors, nature, and history. Mom went on all the hikes with us, even the strenuous ones. On one particular hike at Calf Creek, the temperatures were in the hundreds, and at the end of the hike, she sat down in the middle of the creek to cool off her overheated body. You remember. Mom read bedtime stories to us. A lot of the stories were from the books of knowledge collection. She always loved reading, and I can't remember a time when she didn't have a book that she was currently reading. So here's a memory from Sue. On our first sister-mom adventure, on the last leg of our trip to Victoria, Mom and I were buckled into a bench stretched across the back of a small plane that bumped and jostled its way across the water from Seattle, Washington. We had no seats in front of us, and we felt as if we would go sailing down the aisle at any moment. We got to giggling, and then to laughing, and then to uncontrolled laughing, sobbing at every bump. Just looking at each other set us off again. The people around us were not sure what to do.
Oh, wonderful.
Here's another one. There never was any doubt that Mom and Dad loved each other. They were very affectionate with each other. Once, when they were in their 80s, she and I were watching Dad walking in the yard, and she said to me, "You know, he's my beloved, don't you?" I didn't know.
My friend and glorious Queen Mary is great-grandmother to 37. All the great-grandmother, well, I was going to have them come up to you here and have you name them all. So do you think you would like to tell us their names by families? Yes?
She's probably pretty tired
Okay, you ought to just start with Peg and then go down, or do you want me to prompt you, or? Okay, all right. Okay, she's just. Okay, come on. She wants Peg and Tom's children, great-grandchildren to come up.
Daddy, Jesse, and Megan.
Okay, Jesse and Megan. up, okay?
Great grandchildren. Great
Okay, we're gonna start with live kids first. These are Mike's kids. Mike's not gonna come out. Emily, Marissa, you said Josh. Michael. And what about this one? Who does this one? All right. Okay.
Want to come this way? Are you going to need to both Chris's legs?
So she's giving you a hug, so throw a kiss. Okay. Yes, you did.
Jeff and Jane have this beautiful girl named Hazel.
Throw a kiss. Yes, I threw a kiss.
Next family is this guy over here. John R. Jr. And he's married to that girl over here. Over here.
Even though you're talking.
George.
Did you throw a kiss?
Boys.
Okay.
George and Debbie, my Kentucky sweethearts, and they have 4 lovely children. Miriam, Mary Shane Raines, and they have Tristan and Ashton. I've seen Ashton here.
Neither of them are here today. Neither of them are here today.
Okay. All right. Here, you love to play your violin on street corners. Brian! Oh my goodness sakes. It was the middle one that I have a hard time recognizing. And this one comes tall. You're beautiful children.
Look is. You're another.
I'm a woman. I'm trying to get you.
No, she doesn't.
She's busy.
Robbie's nursing.
Hold on, Bobby's done.
Hold on.
Okay, for a minute, and then you get to see.
I said that he was like small. I didn't see him. But he's like taking out his, he was like fluffing his jacket.
Okay, here she goes.
Hey, Matthew's kids.
Get the bird.
Matthew's kids.
If he was feeling better, I'd say
Jack's asleep. Jack's asleep.
Right, over here.
Go say hi to Grandma.
Go kisses. Go.
There's Wesley and Thea and good Mark. Oh, kisses. Kisses. Thank you so much. And then there's Scott. And he's married to Melody.
She's so fun. Fun. Daddy, hold me. 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 Daddy, hold me.
strawberry shortcake sounds good.
No one needs to see that.
Oh, come on, it's magic.
This causes a lot of explanation. Go home. Get me getting. We don't talk to our kids about stuff.
She's the afterthought.
That's what I was going to make.
Just press the stop.
Susie, Kate, but we have one last. We're going to read John's memory.
Oh, we don't little girls, the snowman.
Oh, we have this generation is represented by the Barnesville and cute costumes. They're going to do a little act for you. Come on up.
I record, so don't stand up.
Grandma should have the words there with her.
Mom says she had a good bathroom.
Okay, we've got one more memory for you. This is John's memory. This is John's memory. I remember my mom loved me. I remember I loved her. I remember I was a challenge for her. I remember she was a challenge for me. I remember she comforted me when I was having a hard time, as when I was in the hospital. I remember she spoke quietly to me when I misbehaved, trying to explain the problematic nature of my behavior. I remember that she celebrated my achievements, large or small. I remember disappointing her. I remember making her proud. I remember her concern over some of my friendships. I remember how her friendships, Jeremy's, closest childhood friendships. My first memory of my mom was when she suddenly appeared in our kitchen with my baby sister. My latest memory is that she has recently, on occasion, felt comfortable talking to me about just about anything. That's from John.
George Henry Lawrence is the first of fabulous, exemplary Queen Mary's great-great-grandchildren. He's going to be represented in this next generation through some pictures. So we're going to show a little short video of this next generation.
I'm just going to stand in front of the TV. I guess the rest of you don't need to see this, right?
You can see over you.
You can show it again after.
Let's hop.
That's weird. I have a memory of Great Grandma I'd like to share.
Oh, come.
All right.
The first time I've been here.
Where's her dog?
It's right here.
Technical tip.
The other remote. I think the silver remote. I've got the remote. So we're just
It's one of those commonality
They're so interesting.
That's all right.
There's probably buttons on the TV somewhere.
Somebody just turned on.
I've done that before. It doesn't work. Almost there. Do you want to come set your
My first memory I ever have of great grandma was when I went to go visit her in Utah when I was 6 with my family. And I still have a picture I took of her with her and grandpa right before we left. I still have it. And another thing I remember about great grandma is that he never forgot my birthday. I still have all the birthday cards she sent to me. I had them in this little packet. I was going to bring and show her that I still kept them. And then unfortunately, that's what they think. Everyone seems to think Sarah and I are. You know, that's how I am.
Sarah will come and confuse you.
Glasses don't help.
Rachel
It looks like we're still doing stuff.
But my memories have to do with a lot of times that I slept over at Grandma's house. And I remember how many times you guys comforted me because I would get scared at night or I felt sick and you always brought me saltines. Or there was a time that my parents left us to go to Ireland, pick up my oldest brother, and everything that could go wrong did. The toilet broke, compassion, you taught me love, you taught me you are, if there's anybody I want to be most like, it's you, Grandma. It really would be.
So, Mom, that's all your generations.
No, I know.
A lot of posterity. We just want you to know, well, what you started.
Okay.
What you did by marrying that Jack Alley, that gorgeous young man. That saw you in a funny scarf and almost wanted to take the other places. We're so grateful again. We're so proud that we're your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. We love you. We wish so much you were here. But we want you just to concentrate on getting better. And just remember that we are all praying for you and sending wishes and kisses and hugs to you. Get better. We love you.
Give it for the record.
Jack and I did love every one of you.